Good evening. I'm Ray, coupled with Ben and John, and we have our special guest, Alex, who has finally made his appearance 18 episodes into Nerve Check to grace us with his presence. To talk today to the tens of people who listen to this channel about King Beyond the Wall 5. And it's the fifth time he has run this event. And he's going to tell us all the ins and outs about it and how we can manipulate our monster to greatest advantage. So with that, Alex, the floor is yours. Tell us, why should we be coming up to this event? How many spaces are left? When is it?
First things, I just want to thank you guys for having me on your cast. It's a pleasure. I know we've tried to make this happen a few times and it hasn't quite lined up, so I'm glad to finally be on. So I appreciate it. Cheers.
Well, it's nice to see you from your, evil lair, of course.
Yeah. My fancy skull. Oh wait, sorry, wrong one. Over here. So yeah, it's the King Beyond the Wall. This is the fifth iteration of Canada's largest Kings of War GT. We've been going strong every year except for one that we won't talk about that year, right? So we're going to be in Hamilton. It's been a long time since we've actually been on a podcast.
Oh yeah, now you're in the big time. That is
the bright lights are blinding. No, so yeah, it's the fifth time. We host it at Black Knight Games in Hamilton, August 10th to 11th. We're going to have room for up to 36 players, and spots are pretty limited. We're going to have probably 10 or 15 guys up from the United States, from various parts, from the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast, and potentially the Midwest regions. We always have a good turnout from all the locals in Hamilton, Kitchener, Waterloo, Oshawa regions, maybe even Mississauga. I guess that's where Ben is from, so we'll count that. Yeah, we got a good representation from all over Ontario. We're going to have a couple guys from Quebec coming, so it's truly a regional GT. You get a good taste of all the different, the meta from all over the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic. So starting last year, we kind of put a little bit of a twist on things. So the first couple of years, it just King Beyond the Wall, 1, 2, 3, 2,300 points, standard tournament size. And last year we wanted to mix it up a little bit. So with the new custom Colossus and Titan rules, we thought it would be fun to kind of do King Beyond the Wall, the thing beyond the wall, right? So everyone got to make their custom Titan, bring it, paint it, show it off. So that was a lot of fun. I tried to put some restrictions on things so that it wasn't too abusable, although, a few people in this room were successful.
One or two of us.
Yeah, one or two of us. It was a lot of fun, though. I think a lot of people really appreciated the opportunity to have like a new centerpiece to paint for their army. Use something that isn't typical. Kind of do something a little bit different. Following that, just chatting with John and Nathan Cerrone of the Every Army and Kings of War fame. He suggested, why not, the thing beyond the wall, why not make the next year a bit more themed about the thing, right? The classic John Carpenter movie with, an alien that can take the shape of anything. So we thought it might be fun to do the thing beyond the wall too, but make it something a little bit different. So just the thing from beyond, and kind of give it a kind of a cosmic horror alien / entity from another dimension. So this year it's not a custom monster, but it's going to be a Titan that uses a version of the Night Stalker doppelganger rules.
Tell us more about that.
So everyone gets a Titan, and it's the thing from beyond. Happily taken from my favorite Stuart Gordon movie, From Beyond.
Were you copying Orktown with the theme? Like you got in contact with K2 and like, we're going to go space.
No, actually, that is totally independent.
Okay.
K2 and I are just like on the same wavelength mentally. You know, we're
It's the
brother.
lizard people. They talk to each other. It's fine.
So I just wanted to do like a bit of a 1950s 60s kind of like sci-fi horror vibe kind of monster. So this is a little bit of a mix of a terror and a shadow hulk and doppelgangers, just all kind of glommed into one weird monstrosity. So it's just a Titan with speed 6, melee 4, defense 4, unit strength 2, so nothing fancy. But then we're going to do 3d6 attacks, so no standard attack profile, just all random all the time. Dash 20, and then height 6. So the real standout on the stat line is just the fact that you never know what you're going to get. It's new to this world. It's new to this plane of existence. Who knows what you're going to get? It's big and it's kind of durable, but its output is going to be pretty much random.
Unless you're John, in which case it's just going to be 18 attacks all the time.
Yes.
Or three.
No, it's John.
On the first round, it'll be 3, and then every other round, when it matters, it'll be 18.
Yeah. So it's Crush 2, Dread, Doppelganger. We'll get to that, and then Regen 5, Stealthy, and Strider. So Dread gives it a little bit of utility as like a support piece. Crush 2, it's strong, but it's still a potentially gelatinous mass flailing tentacles around, so it's not too strong. And then Regen, because it's always going to be healing and changing. Stealthy and Strider, just because it's a bit of a Night Stalker-y kind of vibe, so keeping in line with Shadow Hulks and Terrors that way. The Doppelganger rule, for those of you who don't actually ever use it, it lets you basically take the melee stats of the unit you're charging and use them against them. So, if you can match this up against a hammer or something like that's like a meat grinder, you're good. It's going to be able to punch back really hard. But if someone throws chaff at it, you're likely going to want to roll the dice literally and try and see if you can punch through with 3d6 random attacks, because you might not be able to attack back. If someone charges a swarm in there with melee 5 and no crush, that's going to be a tough day.
Oh, my title storms are going to have some fun.
Yeah. So you have potentially quite a lot of output, and then you have a bit of a random downside.
So basically, you decided to make this just to finally, pick on all the ogre players that we have around here, because there isn't a bad unit for this thing to go in against.
Absolutely.
How many Siege Breakers? Oh, that's gonna suck.
Exactly. You're not going to want to deal with this with a real hammer, right? You're not going to throw a hammer at this, but then so you're going to have to try and be cagey with it. You're going to have to position it properly within your army to get the most out of it. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun with just kind of like a mini chess match to see how people approach it. Like, are they going to just use it as a tar pit and just not even bother trying to position it to take advantage of the potential offense? Are they going to try and use it as a hammer against hammers with like chaff support? How are people going to actually use it in game? It's going to change depending on the army you're in and depending against your opponent. Like against goblins, what are you going to do, right? You throw it against rabble, that's just going to be a slap fight. And
use the base stats. You just roll 3 dice and see
exactly. So yeah, then you're just you're just praying that you can roll like John and not like me.
That's right.
Well, we don't know how you roll. It's been a while.
Yeah. Like, how I used to roll.
Some of us still remember.
John remembers. Pepperidge Farm remembers. So
now, an interesting note with the Doppelganger is it doesn't get the thunderous charge value. So it's only the melee attacks and crushing strength, but not thunderous charge.
Yeah. So if you charge it in with Cav or anything that has TC, you're gonna have an advantage, right? You're gonna hit first, but you're also gonna hit a bit harder. So the counter attack won't be as powerful. The one thing, a couple of things of note, just for flavor, that I wanted to put in there, just to make sure it felt foreign to your army, is like the from beyond rule. You know, the thing from beyond has a tenuous tether to the mortal plane, and as such does not benefit from inspiring or very inspiring. So it's not really part of your army. It's fighting alongside you mainly because it's confused. It doesn't really know what it's doing. You've just gently pointed it in the direction of your enemy, and it's going to do its thing.
So it's like Ben.
But yeah, like Ben.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And then kill it with fire. So if anyone has ever seen the movie The Thing, it's all about flamethrowers. So instead of just shattering one, fireball is shattering D3 against the thing from beyond. So it's a little bit, gives you a bit of an advantage. There's not a lot of fireball in the world, but maybe you want to tech against it, maybe you don't. So that's kind of the gist of like the little spin. You know, everyone goes to a lot of tournaments, you know, 1 days, practice games. Everyone's just playing straight 2300. So this is our way of just kind of doing something a little bit different, mixing it up, giving everybody a chance to paint something that maybe was on a shelf or in a box that they haven't quite been able to fit in their army. And
or just a giant model of Kirk Russell. Just
if you just want to do Kurt Russell with a flamethrower as like your hero for your army.
I was actually thinking Natasha Henstridge.
Oh, like Species. Yeah, that's very, it's a timeless, tale of an alien.
Well, there's somebody more familiar with the films of the 90s than the 70s.
I mean, the thing is like one of the great Christmas movies of all time. So, it's an annual affair here. So,
so to recap, you're running King Beyond the Wall 5.
Correct.
It's in Hamilton, Ontario, which means it's like practically next to the border, about 30-40 minutes away.
Yeah, it's about less than an hour from Buffalo.
So less than an hour from Buffalo. Everyone from Ontario, from all the way up in Ottawa down to London, all the way into Quebec, is showing up from the Canadian side.
Yeah.
You have everyone in the U.S. coming from like Albany, New York, down to Baltimore, are making the trip up.
Absolutely.
You still have a few spots available.
Yeah.
But what's the dates?
So it's August 10th and 11th. So coming up quick. We're 3 weeks. There's a few spots left, so might as well sign up now. And I think, every time people come up, they always have a good time. Black Knight has an amazing game room. Like post-COVID, they took over the unit next to them and just turned the entire space into a gaming space. There's, amazing gaming tables. We've been accumulating terrain for, the 5 years we've been running this. John and I have been running King Beyond the Wall this whole time. John is the master of terrain. He has a huge set of awesome tables that we all have ready to go. It's always a good time. We get, catered in dinner on Saturday, get lunches every day, go out for drinks or just do open gaming. It's always a good time. Everyone leaves happy and satisfied. That's what I as someone who runs these events, like my main goal is just to make sure everyone feels like it's been worth it. And the feedback I get every year is always great. So,
and watch The Thing before you show up.
Absolutely. Exactly. So I'll put together a cosmic horror starter pack for everybody and put it in the Facebook event.
Okay. So I think I have my questions. I already bought my ticket, but Ben, John?
Go ahead there, Johnny boy. No? Yes?
All right. I bought my ticket today, actually. Yeah, so I'm actually coming now. I actually based my monster for this already, so I feel like I'm now ahead of the game.
Ooh.
Yeah. You're like 3 weeks in advance. That seems like I usually am pestering you like the week before.
Yeah. And I actually bought it today. It was like, I got to go buy grass. I'll buy a ticket and grass. So it was $100 for a ticket and grass, but it's fine. Are there painting awards?
Yes, there are. So there's going to be a best army, player's choice, and there's going to be best thing.
So is best thing player's choice, or is it judged?
Yeah, it's going to be player's choice is going to be the best thing award.
Okay.
So
And
could I
then
just hire a midget and put him on the table and have him as my thing for the entire? With
I'm not. I think we might get canceled if you do that.
I think you have to call them little people.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Or just people. I think it's just a person that fits
Yeah,
on a base.
I think they're
Yeah.
people.
Just a
I
person.
think they're just people. Yeah.
Yeah, my kids are too big now, so I can't do that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the detail is not high enough. You need to like extra highlights. So,
Well, height 6. I mean, they've got to like stand above the board. I'm just
yeah.
thinking.
So I think a lot of people are having a lot of fun with this. They're really going all out for the monsters, and I think Nathan Cerrone has a secret prize for the winner of best thing. So I think it's gonna be well worth to go all out on these.
It's not a trip to the Dude Hunter's garage.
It's
an
not.
actual prize. Yeah.
It's an actual prize.
I mean,
one-way trip.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look, I provide laughing gas. You don't remember the weekend. I mean, it's a good time. It's
That's
a good
what I mean.
time.
It can't be a prize if you don't remember it.
Yeah.
Well, John
That's
has
something you can take
had
home.
many prizes from my garage and has never remembered any of them.
That's news to me.
Yeah. So I think this is gonna be a good event because I think that for the Northeast, I think most of the Masters team will be there.
Yes. Yeah, we will be actually. Yep.
So
including some of the alternates, because I mean,
Yeah.
like Rossi, Scabetta.
we're gonna have a fair
is
chunk of the
Red-
top 10 or 12 are gonna be in the room. So
It's gonna
fair
be a
warning,
spicy
but
tournament.
it's gonna be a tight, tough room, but it's gonna be a good, tight, clean room because all the guys in the Northeast are awesome guys, but they're straight up murderers too. So it's gonna be a good mix.
Hence the name of the club. I mean,
Yeah.
like, come on.
Ooh, will there be a club award?
Oh, that's a good idea, actually. With there's because that's true. Nathan left the Murder Garage
right.
last game beyond the
Technically,
wall,
he joined-
or was
Is
it
he-
at March of Death?
Or is he just like our secret
Whatever.
little spy
Double
guy?
undercover
I
is
mean,
still
his
it's fine.
heel turn it was public, so
Okay,
Yeah.
wait. So what's the requirements for a club for best club award at this event? 3 people? Best 3?
I'll say best 3.
Best 3.
Best 3, yeah, because it's not a huge event, so I don't want to make it 4 like Crossroads
3.
rules. But
Okay.
No,
and I
so
think Ray only has 2 other friends, so that means he can have a club.
That means you can do best.
I
three.
have 2 friends.
We think.
We
Yeah.
think.
I hope
My
You bring
wife.
Thomas and one
I have
friend.
to figure out the other one.
Oh yeah, Thomas.
Bring your
There you
son.
go.
There you go. There's at least
yeah.
one.
Yeah, okay,
See?
cool. I got Thomas.
There you go.
Yeah.
Your
Sometimes-
dad.
Yeah, I like.
Oh, and your other dad. I mean, you do technically have 2 dads now.
Oh my
Yeah.
God!
But
What if
both
one of the
disown me.
teams is Ray's family?
Ray and his 2 dads.
Right?
I'm losing all my players here. Like, what the hell?
Ah, you didn't
That's
deserve
because
them
no one
anyways.
wants to be with you.
Well, this is true.
Yeah.
This is true. I do have shirts at least. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
bribery
could have
only
Ray's
goes so
family
far.
tree.
We have raised family tree.
I mean, if that's not a club, that sounds like a winning club to me.
I thought it was gonna be the Shields 5. Like you've
I
heard
will
of the Jackson
lend
5?
your dad
The
my
Shields
rest again,
5.
so he can
Shields
just
5.
table everybody.
Oh my God, that is absolutely no. Apparently, he's been playing Basilians and doing some nasty things. Well, here on the one practice day, didn't your dad win like both games he played?
1-1 tied one so that he didn't have to claim me as his son.
Well,
That's true. That's true. Yes.
Yeah.
Ray's dads had to fight for him, and they
Yeah.
decided to
neither one wanted him.
took him.
It's like it's kind of like a casual disownment. Like I don't want to like fully disown you, but I don't want to take ownership.
So we will have a Northeast Club Award, and at
We
least
will.
3 people to make a club.
Yes. Like, you heard it here first, folks. The Northeast Club Award originates King Beyond the Wall 5.
Excellent.
Well then,
Yes.
we'll have to figure out something for a giant trophy, like maybe a hockey cup of some sort or something. Because why not just do that?
We'll have something good.
Well, clearly the Stanley Cup is ours. We just can't
Yeah.
afford any of the ones that they are currently being drunk out of.
Yeah. So and similar to last year and March of Death, Margaret will be making our commemorative winners plates. from Wolf Daughter. So it'll be another kind of unique spin on prizes we have is we get these custom ceramic plates that you can hang on your wall. Don't eat off them, please.
They're very nice.
They are really nice. They honestly are.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, it's a great time every year. This year has been, I haven't done a lot of Kings of War activity, so my main activity has just been organizing events. So it's a great way to see everybody and hang out. So I'm really looking forward to it.
No, yeah. Unfortunately, life gets in the way of all the things that we really want to do. So
yeah,
but
you got to carve out the time for the big GTs. So
well,
if I can make it to this one, everyone else can too.
Are you going to be on time? That's the big question.
I'll be there.
Doors open at 9:30. Alex shows up at 10:15.
It starts when I get there. I'm the organizer.
Oh, lists are due to you sometime the week before, so that we can do a podcast.
The Sunday before.
Sunday before. Okay, so that'd be Sunday, August 4th. Yeah. With a nerve check, we promise to be completely accurate first round pairings discussions happening sometime that week.
We are known for our accuracy.
Yeah, we have never been wrong. Never.
Ever.
About anything. Yeah, exactly.
Not on
I get all my stock tips from Nerve Check. That's all I gotta say.
Right.
That's right.
They are good ones.
That much money as well.
You're making as much money as we are, Alex.
Yeah.
Maybe more.
Yeah. I'm making tens of cents every day.
Oh, every one of our listeners gave us a penny, we'd still be at 10 cents. So don't worry.
Might get up to a quarter some days.
Maybe.
With some weeks, some months.
When it's a slow news day.
Yeah. So final comments or questions or queries? We have the man, the myth, the legend here with us.
Yeah. John and me.
I have a 0-1 record against him, so he is the man of Kings of War.
It's true.
I mean, you've got a losing record versus me, so that's not saying much. Like, come on.
in a GT at Crossroads, so
yeah,
that was one of the highlights of Crossroads.
It was. Yeah. I'm not allowed to use that word on this channel.
What highlights?
No.
Crossroads. Oh, come on, Ray.
I will take partial credit for your current situation.
So after I greeted Alex in the warm, fuzzy manner to which he's grown accustomed, came home and told my wife about it, told her that I lost, and she looks at me and she's like, "You deserve to lose."
So she wanted you to come back with your shield or on it. Is this?
Yeah, and I came back
300 you.
Yeah,
and she was like, "You deserve."
Like, on a shield.
Well, I have one there. I need a second one for this side of the room, so I'll be Vanguard next year.
Sure. Well, if the aristocrats don't want you, mate, like, come on, they're idiots. Like, all kidding aside, like,
it was competitive. Adkins won.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, he won the tournament though. Like that's what's required to get on to the Crossroads team is you have to win a tournament. You don't win tournaments playing orcs. Like
that's very true.
Look,
you don't win much.
You have the balls to try, not like those other losers. So don't worry about it. I mean, all kidding aside, I'm looking at 3 of the best players in Canada, and I'm not kidding, and I'm not blowing smoke or anything else. I've played all of you. Trust me, it is absolutely terrifying. Except for playing John, he just twists his mustache, and all hell goes to It's just not fair.
Your heart gets a little faster, not because of fear.
I start hearing hungry eyes. It's not fun. I mean,
just lull you into a sense of romantic security, and then all of a sudden the game's over, and I win again.
But everyone's happy at the end, so.
I always promise a good time,
and it's always a good time.
Not
I mean,
necessarily
you
a
won
long
best
time, but a good
sports
time.
at one of the largest tournaments in North America. So
I always promise a good time.
Yeah,
But yeah, to Ray's point, finishing first is, it's a race.
yeah.
Free reach rounds for everybody, right? That's the way we do it. And on that note, thank you for listening to Nerve Check. We will talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Have fun descending into madness.